You were made to work hard today, but you feel as though that was the right result in the end?
Well, it's maybe for others to judge, but I think the first 15 minutes were difficult for us. The other team, Wolves, had a week to prepare, and if you have a very good manager like Gary O'Neill, who's tactically really strong, he comes up with a real good game plan, and that's what he did. We were ready for this. You always have to wait what he then exactly does, but he overloaded our right side in a good manner, which made it difficult for us to control the game in the first 15 to 20 minutes. Then when it lied down a bit, the energy went away maybe a bit, then I think we took more and more control over the game. And for me, it wasn't a surprise the moment we scored a goal, but I think because I thought that in those moments we were getting better and better. We got a big chance with Dominic Szoboszlai. And I was almost surprised that we conceded the second half, because I felt that in the second half we had much more control than in the first half. But yeah, we conceded a goal that was avoidable, let's put it that way.
Top of the league after 6 games. I mean, it's a great start for you. I mean, did you expect to be top so early on?
Yeah, but it's almost ideal that we play Wolves today, because we are top, they are last, and they absolutely don't deserve to be last, because they had a very difficult fixture list, and I've seen many games of them, and they did, in almost every game they deserved more. And you could even argue today, because it wasn't like we were so much better than them. They were in the game, doing a lot of good things. So they will, if they keep doing this against other teams as well, they will never end up number 20. And we still have to prove, if we come across against Arsenal, Newcastle, Chelsea, and which other fixture they had, Aston Villa, if we can then still be up there with Champions League games included as well.
Mike? Does it give a psychological lift to yourself, players around the club, when you are top rather than chasing?
I think everybody is realistic enough. All the players have so much experience that they understand that in 6 games into the season doesn't give you a realistic view on the league table. That is more like in 19 games, then you can really feel, okay, where are we? But of course it helps if you get some good results, especially if you bring in a new manager and a new staff, and being a successor of such a successful one. And then, of course, everybody understands that if we would have lost 4 or 5 out of these first 6 fixtures, that life would have been a bit different than it is now.
Is Andy Robertson late on? Is that a big problem that he came up with?
I don't expect this to be a big problem, although you never know. But I think he just got a knock, and end phase of the game. Maybe he was a bit tired as well, because. The guy who came in, Forbes, I knew him of course from the Dutch competition. He made it a real fight for him as well. Yeah, got a bit of a knock, but I'm expecting him to be in training one day again. But let's wait.
Being top of the league now, if it stays that way, how will you keep your players level-headed?
If it stays this way, I don't have to keep them level-headed. But to keep it that way, that's probably what you mean. I don't think it's necessary for me to convince the players what all the challenges we still face. So I said it a few times now in different press moments today. 2 years ago was the last time we played Champions League, and we all know what kind of a season that was. And last season we had much better season. But then every time Virgil and all these other players got some rest during the week and could play once a week. So that's a completely different situation than play Champions League during the week against a very tough and hard opponent, and then play Arsenal, and then play Aston Villa, and then play all these top teams that we are going to face and after the next international break. So for us, there's still, I've said it many times, a lot to prove, especially if you look back at the season 2 years ago. And it's still almost completely the same group.